Hello, YouTube. This is Casual Carrier for our, this is another update for In Different World with Naruto System. Chapter 3. Let's get right to it. Chapter 3. Chakra Attribute. Ren Tianyu entered the forest and quickly found the trace of low-class magical beast. Following the trace, soon a white rabbit appeared in front of him. From his memory, he knew this rabbit was a Class 1 magical beast called Rumbling Rabbit. Other than firing water arrow, it could do nothing. He quickly rushed towards the rabbit, and at that moment, this rumbling rabbit also noticed him. Then facing him, it fired a water arrow, then turned around and started to flee. At this time, his body suddenly erupted with a weak white-colored radiance. This was his original battle chi cultivation, but the amount of this battle chi was too low, and it enclosed his body extremely thin. It looked like it could disappear at any moment. Furthermore, he could only use it for an extremely short period of time. And this new cultivation of chakra was even more lacking. After all, he had only cultivated chakra for a couple of hours. With the help of his battle chi, he dodged the water arrow and ran towards the rumbling rabbit and attacked it with his fist. Ping! His fist landed on the rumbling rabbit, causing the rumbling rabbit to fly and roll on the ground, after which it directly fainted. He ran towards the fainted rabbit, picked it up by its ears, and then ended its life by twisting its neck with his other hand. Ding! Congratulations to host for killing your first magical beast, Rumbling Rabbit. You earned 10 system points. At that time, the system voice rang in his ear. After that, he opened the system. Sure enough, his system points had already increased to 110. Not bad. Hunting and getting system points, not a bad business. Still, this battle chi is good to use. He thought for a while. Even with this weak battle chi, his speed and attack power had suddenly increased greatly. This cultivation system deserves to be called the million years heritage of the divine wind continent, but I have ninjutsu, so I don't need to care much about this battle chi. He lifted the dead body of the rumbling rabbit, walked towards the stream, and started to peel off its skin. Originally, doing this type of things would have been quite difficult for the previous him, but now he had battle chi, so it was quite easy for him to do such things. However, after completely peeling off the skin, worry appeared on his face. After all, this time I, your father, do not have fire. His battle chi was not fire attributed, but wind attributed battle chi. Fire ninjutsu! He had only cultivated chakra for a couple of hours, and he didn't even know the simplest taijutsu, which was the easiest among the three, not to mention fire-style ninjutsu. Fuck! I, your father, cannot eat it raw? He gloomily scratched his head while looking at this rabbit meat. He considered eating it raw, but seeing that the meat was still dripping with blood, he couldn't do it. There is no other way but to force myself to use our ancestors' way, drill the wood to make fire. Speaking up to this, he was already going to die from hunger, so he forced himself to stand up, search for a piece of dead tree. After that, he found a little branch, put a bits of the dry grass on it. With a serious look, he started to turn and twist the branch above the dead tree piece. For the sake of food, stake it all! Under the rapid turn and twist, he saw some smoke emerge from the piece of dead wood, and quickly after that a surge of flame was lit. Ha! God of fire! I, your father, no longer need to eat raw meat like barbarian. Seeing the fire, he was so happy that he almost jumped up. At least now he no longer needed to eat raw meat. He immediately stand near the fire, pierce a branch through the rabbit meat, and began to roast it. After about half an hour, which he could no longer endure his hunger, the roasted meat was already emitting a fragrance. Finally ready. Using his battle chi to wrap around his hand to protect himself from getting burnt, he quickly took the meat, tore it, and threw it in his mouth. Although there was no seasoning, this meat of the magical beast is still delicious. Oily, but not greasy. Compared to this meat, the meat from Earth is unexpectedly as dull and as dry as bark, and is greasy to death. He completely ate all the rabbit meat within a short time, but to his surprise, even after those meat had already entered his stomach, he was still hungry. No wonder all the ninja inside the Naruto world had a big appetite. Naruto in particular could eat 8 large bowls of ramen. At the time, I had secretly smacked my lips in disapproval when Kishimoto a bit, but didn't expect cultivating chakra to consume this much energy from the body. He recalled the time when he was watching Naruto anime and had seen those ninjas having a large appetite. No wonder those ninjas often went to complete missions for earning money. Otherwise, just eating would make them poor. With no other way, he forced himself to stand and go hunting once again. He continued to hunt and eat rumbling rabbit until he was completely full. Finally full. He finally let out a burp of satisfaction, seeing the bones of the rumbling rabbit around him. He couldn't help but blush with shame, as he had never thought that he would also turn into a glutton. If it was on Earth, then eating even half of this rabbit meat would have been an incredible thing for him. After eating, he intended to continue cultivating his chakra. This world was not like his previous world. Here, a single person can simply toss a stone and kill 8 out of 10 people who were stronger than him. Not to mention him. Besides this, previously on Earth, he was extremely fond and dreamed of becoming ninja. And now he got his chance to realize this dream. So how could he not be excited to cultivate chakra? Oh, that's right. I still don't know my chakra attribute. Thinking about cultivating chakra, he was curious about his chakra attribute. Finally getting to know his chakra attribute, he couldn't help but become excited. But I don't have any chakra attribute testing paper. He was very impatient to know his chakra attributes, but for that he needed chakra testing paper. Oh, that's right. Why am I so stupid? I have Naruto System. He hit himself in the head and also cursed himself, then hurriedly opened the Naruto System and accessed the store system. Thanks to this Naruto System, he could learn any ninjutsu, so he had directly started to learn cultivating chakra and hadn't paid any attentive to this store system. Now was the first time he had accessed the store system to see what was inside. Good heavens, inside the store system, there was a wide variety of props. There was basic ninja props like kunai, shuriken, detonating paper, and all other essentials, to the extent that there are even the clothing of all the lead characters of Naruto world, such as Naruto's clothes, Sasuke's clothes, Akatsuki clothes, and even different kind of masks. And there was even the thing that make him completely ashamed. That was lighter. Correct, a lighter. Just now he had drilled the wood to make fire, but here he found a lighter. This made him depressed. The lighter could be exchanged with 2 system points, which he exchanged immediately. And after that he found a chakra attribute testing paper too, which could be exchanged with 10 system points, and he immediately exchanged it too. After this he turned off the system and took out the chakra testing paper, which he had exchanged just a moment ago. Slowly he started to channel a little bit of his chakra into this paper. As its name suggests, chakra attribute testing paper was a type of paper which tests the attribute of chakra. Chakra attributes are classified into fire, wind, earth, water, and lightning. If the chakra attribute was fire attribute, then this paper would burn. If wind, then it would split in 2. If earth, then it would disintegrate. If water attribute, then it would become wet. And finally, if it was lightning attribute, then it would wrinkle. If you have all 5 attributes, then one part of it would burn, one part of it would split open, one part of it would disintegrate, one part of it would become wet, and the last part would wrinkle. And when Rentian channeled his chakra into this paper, first the paper wrinkled, then it split into 2, and finally one part caught the fire. Unexpectedly, my chakra is 3 attributed: lightning, wind, and fire. I'm quite lucky. However, this fire attribute should be because of the Sharingan. All the members of the Uchiha clan have Sharingan, were natural masters of fire style, and now Rentian was quite excited as all of his attribute was attack oriented. With lightning attribute, he could learn Chidori or Akiri, and furthermore that S-class ninjutsu Kirin. With wind attribute, he could learn the super bug class ninjutsu, which he had admired for a long time, Rasen Shuriken. Fire attribute power was not bad, as he had seen Madara release Goka Makuyuku, I don't know, Majestic Destroyer Flame, and only after 10 other ninja jointly released Water Wall Jutsu they were able to block it. After knowing his chakra attribute, he started to cultivate chakra in a very good mood. That's all, folks. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe, and more importantly, have fun reading and listening to these stories. If you'd like any of your favorite web novels or fan fiction turned into an audiobook, just let us know below in the comments section. See you guys later, and thanks for watching. Bye.